Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. back with another video, part 2. Obviously, this plan or dream of mine, goal of mine to, whatever you want to call it, to unite together, as the title suggests. That's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case anyone didn't know what it means, it's to connect together China and India, to bring them together more closer, like to tackle some of their divisions, and I'm sure there's something I was going to say, but I forgot the intro. But anyway, and I'd love to, for people in China and India, as part of this, to learn about dyslexia and neurodiversity and people with ADHD and all that, and what we, I've dyslexia myself, but people with ADHD as well, what they can achieve in things like business and other areas with creative ideas and energy and things like that. And also this will be part of a big, larger Pan-Asian network, group of networks that I'd love to create, which would unite together the whole continent as much as possible, but in this case, obviously Chindian. Anywho, hope you'll enjoy this list as ever, and hope you're doing well wherever you are, and hopefully this video will entertain you as well as part 3. If you haven't checked out part 1, please check it out. Anyway, here goes. Number 11, I hope they'll support each other's, China and India will support each other's projects as much as possible, and trade as much together as possible, and support each other's inventions and inventors, and honor each other's inventors, acknowledging each other's inventors, and helping each other raise their profiles, and learning from each other, and like working together, and also improve like animal rights and rights for people with dyslexia and other learning disabilities or different ways of thinking and things like that. And also just generally support each other's industries, such as like each other's YouTubers, Asian YouTubers generally perhaps as well, and just all sorts of projects, tourism, support each other's tourism industry and sectors, whatever you call it, and that sort of thing, support each other's sectors. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. And number 12, I hope they'll encourage each other generally, and talk about positive things about each other and encourage each other generally, and work together. And again, if they avoid wars with each other, then obviously that means they can save money, and also their militaries will be stronger to work together against terrorism and things like that, and they can sort of train each other and work together more, and like if there's natural disasters or anything goes wrong, they can hopefully work together to solve those problems as quickly as possible and support each other generally. Number 13, they do have, China and India I think have so much in common in many ways, and even some of the negative things as well as the positives, I say, unfortunately, but even things like lack of rights for girls or women, and hopefully those can be improved and all that, and even like, although India is said to respect animals and have reverence for animals because of that's a big word for me, but anyway, because of they're supposed to see God in all things, they still treat animals really bad in both China and India, so I hope those things will change. On that note, number 14, I hope they'll work together to solve problems and improve things, improve girls' rights to education and training, and female empowerment, as I call it, and things like that, which I hope to talk to about in the future as well, and solve problems like global warming, terrorism, crime, diseases, and all sorts of things like that together, again through science, business, trading, politics, and whatever other ways, like funding scientists and all sorts of things like that. Number 15, again, hope they'll work together on goals and sharing plans for the future and what they want to achieve and things like that. And again, I think they'll be stronger together than they would be apart, as I said in part 1 of my video, on my first video. And I hope to make videos like this about China and India, Chindian partnerships, some in list form, some in not list form. Although it would be hard to talk about in something that's not a list really. But anyway, as a political ideal, I hope to support it, encourage it, and hopefully people will see the positives in such. I hope to do so as often as possible. Number 16, they can, I think, working together, they can analyze how to improve their economies, how to ensure their economies keep growing, and when they have any problems, they can help each other. When their economies are going downhill or when their economies are going up, they can probably still rely on each other in some way. Number 17, as I've talked before about, I have this mad dream about a Chindian partnership, especially politically or government-wise, and sometimes businesses organizations in China and India. I'll say, or maybe even the government, as I say, or the nation on the whole, just like with Qatar and now Saudi Arabia potentially with Newcastle and Man City respectively. The governments there put, or the royalty there, are putting loads of money into Newcastle and Man City and possibly Newcastle in the future. So I thought, imagine if China and Chindian partnership worked together and invested loads of money into Italian football and Celtic, both Italian football and Celtic, made like academies between each other so they could trade together. I know I've talked about this idea a few times, but I'm really passionate about it, and I think it'd be pretty cool. It's an imagination of mine, but maybe I'm naive on how much. I don't know if Qatar actually how much money they make from it. I imagine they probably wouldn't do it if they didn't make money, because I can't imagine they're the biggest football fans. But you never know. But yeah, I think it'd be cool, and then that could cement their relationship. And I've talked a bit about that, so I probably shouldn't go into too much detail on it. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool if and China and India both want to become superpowers in football. So I think it'd be great if they had the link between Italy and Celtic as well. So they invited people from Italy and Celtic to go to India and China, and hopefully that would help their economy as well. Asians' economy, Chindian's economy, or China and India's economy, sorry, and at the same time help Italian football and Celtic practice. But hopefully they'll also have academies there in Italy and in Celtic in Glasgow, which would help local youths who are who are Celtic fans, and things like that. So I hope to see how that goes and maybe talk more about that tomorrow, and imagine how that could go, and talk about my dreams for that sort of stuff. Number 18, again, hope they'll talk about positive things about each other. People from China and India talking about positive things about each other, and maybe YouTubers like Asian Boss going, or as many YouTubers who cover China and or India and or Asia generally, going to ask people in China and India what positive things they think about each other, things like that. Number 19, I hope both China and India will support African software development, possibly in exchange for trade and things like that. But I know that China are often accused of exploiting Africa, but hopefully that will improve relations, and I hope to improve relations between Africans and Asians generally, and as well as each other, as well as Asians between other Asians and Africans between other Africans. But I hope that Asians generally, especially China and India, will support Africa, and like India has the IITs and places which are like Indian Institute of Technology. So hopefully there'll be similar ones for they can train the Africans to make AITs, the African Institute of Technology, and bring Africans to India to train, and also let Indians to go help Indians to go to Africa to train, and have that exchange where Indians mentor Africans in technology from Kenya, South Africa, and all over Africa, and hopefully China will do similar. And hopefully their success story will also inspire people from Africa to be more united as well, because hopefully it will be a very successful, fruitful relationship where they can achieve a great deal. And hopefully through this partnership, hopefully a lot more peace will be made, because these two large nations, or great nations, whatever you call them, as in their size, going to war with each other is obviously not very good for peace. So to bring them together more would also make a more peaceful world. But again, I hope they'll support African software developers and African software generally. And also, number 20, I hope they'll support African tech generally, especially young people in Africa learning about tech, and people going and mentoring, like Chinese and Indian charities or NGOs as well, and even just organizations, I would say like IIT and whatever organizations in China work with tech, and also train especially young people in African tech. As ever, I'd love to know what you think. And this covers part two. Of video number 2 of this series. So hope you enjoyed it, as I say, and please like and share the video if you'd be so kind, and look out for part 3, please. Thank you, and peace and love.